Okay, so short haul video today. Back in New York after my trip to Virginia last week. Went to the garage sales today, a little bit yesterday, and so this is kind of a combination. I would say most of it is from today, and maybe a few things mixed in from yesterday. So start here. Got a Brother brand new in the box label maker with this extra black print, I guess. I paid, I don't know, $3 or $4 for it. I figured either my wife could use it or I would sell it and then, make a few bucks, make $10 or whatever. Next, get this game of Risk. Comes in this wood box. Paid $2 for it. Opened it up here and it basically looks brand new. The board here is in the factory wrap. Still got the tissue paper there. The dice. Okay, everything's in its original packaging, it looks like. So, not a big money maker, but when the games are new, I go for it. Got this HeroScape game. Haven't looked in it yet to see what's going on in it, but at $1, I'm definitely just going to pick it up and not even bother, worry about it later, part it out if I have to. Place looked like a really nice house. Looked like they cared for things, so $1, easy decision. Hamilton Beach iced tea maker, which I actually picked up yesterday. It's the first one I've got this summer. I bought 3 or 4 of these last summer. I usually pay about $5 or so. Last summer they were selling for about $50. I always seem to find them new in the box. That's the only way I would buy them. This one I actually paid $12 for. When I looked them up, it looked like they were going for more like $70 this year, so I don't know what it is about this particular iced tea maker, but it seems to be pretty popular, so went ahead and picked that up. Let's see what else. Bought a breast pump in this little carrying case. Had some other accessories and whatnot here that I didn't necessarily care that much about. These breast pumps, especially in this case like this, I paid $3 for it. I should be able to sell it for 20, 25 pretty quickly, pretty easily. Looks like I might have to clean it up a little bit. People are always confused when I buy these things. They're kind of looking at me strange, like how could I possibly buy these without my wife here? But I just kind of smile and play dumb. I got these Jax Cylops night vision things. Got these once before from Goodwill, and the battery compartment was totally corroded. Had to return them. This one was real nice. Opened it up. The batteries worked in it already. There's no corrosion. Paid $2 for it, so should be a pretty easy sale and some easy money. I got this cheapy Kobe AM/FM mini radio, brand new in the box. I only paid $1. Not gonna make big money, but $10 easy. Throw it in the box when it sells. It may take a while, but that's okay. It's new. Let's see. I bought some of these Radica games. And actually, there is 4 here. I paid $1 a piece for them. This one I got today, and these 3, and plus there was one other one I bought yesterday, and the other one I already sold. Paid $1 and I sold it for $30 within 24 hours. So these aren't as valuable, but the Radica's, it's an easy sell at $1 a piece. That's fine. I tried to talk this lady down because I bought 4 of them. She wouldn't even come down $1, but I bought them anyways. So I've got a few video games today. This one I opened up, and inside it was actually Super Mario Brothers. Paid a couple bucks for it. And as the Radica goes off, those things go off so easy. We Play Motion, a couple of bucks. Picked this up today, this GameCube Super Monkey Ball for a couple dollars. Guy had every video game system there was. He had all kinds of games. Said he was looking to sell them. He's looking to get married, needs to raise money for the wedding. Make him an offer. So I made him an offer, and he kind of almost balked at it. Like he didn't want to take it, and I was only asking for a couple of dollars off. But eventually took it. Would have liked to look around a little bit more, but I was getting the call to come home. Kids were acting up, so came home. He's around the corner. I could go down there tomorrow, but I don't know. He had like all the systems, but he wanted crazy money for him. He wanted $60 for a GameCube, and you know, that's just crazy. But you know, he had some good games. I'm thinking it's probably picked over. I didn't bother going until later in the day, because when those sales that advertise the video games, I always know those video game guys are going to beat me to them. They're going to show up early. They're going to be calling them early to go over. So, you know, I wasn't even going to stop, but it was, like I said, close by my house. It was a couple miles down the road. So, you know, at least pick this up. So, you know, video games are easy. Picked up this Sport Sony headphones. Picked some of these up a couple weeks ago, and they sold pretty quick. Paid a couple bucks for them. They work great. You know, no brainer. I always buy the Sony Walkmans and that kind of thing. Bought this game as well, where I bought the HeroScape. Probably not the best buy, but again, it was only $1. You know, I took a quick look at it. It looked like it was in pretty good shape. Looked like most everything was there, so you know, I'll probably make a few bucks on it. Over here we have another Cobra CB radio. I bought one of these a couple weeks ago and sold it within a week. This one here, I opened it up and it was missing this thing here. It was missing the microphone. You know, it had everything else in the box, obviously brand new. Missing this. So I said, you know, it doesn't have this. Kid went into the house, went into the basement, and actually came out with it and found it. Found it in the basement. I was actually pretty surprised. Said his mother got it for him, or his grandmother got it for him, thinking he was going to be some kind of CB operator or something like that, and he had no interest in it whatsoever. So it sat around for a couple of years, and you know, paid $3. I'm going to bet that I get 40 or 50 bucks for it. I find these fairly regularly unused. You know, people always seem to have these grand plans like they're going to use them, and then never do. We got these Dungeons and Dragons books, supplements. There are, I think, like 25 of them here. Lady, kind of an interesting lady, probably late 20s, early 30s. You know, and I went up there and she had all kinds of like anime and all that kind of stuff, and some Xbox, and she had these in a bin, and she wanted $5 a piece. And so, you know, that's put it at about 100 or so or whatever. And you know, I said, you know, I kind of walked away from it because I don't know a lot about this stuff. And obviously I can't scan them all standing right there, especially when she was talking to me. So I went to the car and kind of thought about it for a minute, came back out, and I said, you know what would you do for the whole bin? The whole 20 plus of them. And she kind of looked at them, and she's very sentimental about them. And she said she would do 60. So I was pretty surprised that she came down, you know, $40+ right away. I countered with 40. And she came back and said that she couldn't do any less than 50. They had too much sentimental value to her, that kind of thing. And you know what? I just went for it. I don't know anything about Dungeons and Dragons. She was talking to me. It's kind of a strange purchase because she's talking to me like I know what I'm doing as far as Dungeons and Dragons go, and I don't know anything about it. I just kind of nodded my head and talked to her. She's a very nice lady. You know, very kind of odd to see somebody her age so into the role-playing games, and she's talking about how she shares that common interest with her father. Oh, anyways, I paid the $50 for it. You know, got it home. It was one of the first sales I went to. Looked at a couple of the supplements. There was a duplicate copy of a couple of them in there, and you know, I scanned them real quick, and they came up between like $70 and $90 just for those two. I think those are probably the most valuable of them. You know, but they're all worth, seems somewhere between like $10 and $50 or $60. So I definitely think I'm going to come out of it okay. It may take a while to sell them, you know, but that's okay. It'll give me something to sell when we hit these dead winter months coming up here in the near future. Also at that sale, I picked up, oh my God, this thing is heavy. I picked up this thing. Like I said, she had a lot of anime, and she had J-pop, which I guess is like Japanese pop or something like that. And there was some guy there with his, probably 60-year-old guy with his beer belly looking for CDs, and he picked up these J-pop CDs, and you know, he didn't know what to make of them. So she had this, and you know, I looked it up real quick, and it wasn't a great seller. But you know, she had 10 bucks on it, and I offered her 5 because I thought I could probably sell it for like 30, and you know, it looks like it's in really good shape and all that. And she took it. She said all the money from the garage sale is going towards convention. I don't know what that convention is, but you know, something to do with the Dungeons and Dragons, I imagine. Picked this up at an estate sale. Just a memory card. Yeah, I looked it up real quick. Looked like even at paying $5, brand new in the box here, that'd be an easy 10 bucks. Couple of pictures, you know, easy. Weather radio. Again, looks basically brand new in the box. It's, you know, not going to be a big money maker, but at $1, you can see there it's in the bubble wrap and all that kind of stuff. At $1, I don't have to spend much time on it, so you know, go ahead and do it. Went to Goodwill last night and kind of waiting for my wife and trying to entertain my 2-year-old. And they have this bin where they just throw all the like crappy cameras in. And so they had this one here in a case, and I pulled it out, and it was this Olympus XA2 with the flash. Now I sold one of these last year. I picked it up at a barn sale for $2 and sold it for, I think, like $80 or $90, something like that. You know, it tested out and worked fine. I don't know if this one works yet. I'm gonna have to get some. I have film, but I'm gonna need to get some of those kind of watch size batteries to test it out. And if it does work at $2.99, that will be an incredible score. Now we'll see if it works. If it doesn't, I can still probably make money simply by selling parts. So hopefully that works out, because that will definitely be a monster score. TI-83 calculator. It works. I tested it out. It works great. It's got a couple of names there, Riley and what was it, Shelby. But the thing works great. I just actually noticed this name here. Didn't notice that before. Works good. Battery compartment clean, all that kind of stuff. You know, easy to list. All that stuff. There's my breast pump accessories. Picked up this game here, I should say, at the Goodwill for a couple dollars, $2 I think it was. Toy of the Year finalist, Mensa Select. Kind of looks like chess on the inside. All the parts are there. Sells reasonably well. Maybe not the greatest money, but again, winter's coming. I gotta try to load up. I'm gonna have to get a couple of batteries to test these guys that shoot lasers out of their chests from the looks of it. Pick that up for a couple of bucks. Got another lacrosse helmet, which actually I'm gonna need a chin strap for. I paid $4 for it. I don't know, it's not the greatest model. Maybe I should have let it be, but I'm thinking, sold a couple here in late summer. I'm thinking when spring hits, lacrosse season comes back around, I think it's probably gonna be good to have a bunch of these. I'm just gonna need to get a chin strap for it. I actually have one at Goodwill, and I'm gonna try to go pick it up on Monday, because my daughter, she knows what color its half price is gonna be every week. So I told her it was green this week, and then, so she told me next week it's gonna be orange. And the one that they got there, the helmet they got, which is kind of rough, will be $250 next week. And so I'll be go grabbing that chin strap. And then the last thing I got here, well, actually next to last, I took some stuff in the house already. I got a Discman, a couple of other things. Some of these Willow Tree figurines, which again are not big money. I try to be selective about them, you know, but you know, they're each a $10 bill. Well, actually, I'll probably lot these two together, 10 bucks, and with their fees, make another 10 bucks on those ones there. So not my favorite thing to sell, but I sell them from time to time if I get them for the right price. I also picked up this guy here. Let's see it in the sun. This is a mid-century modern retro metal wire plant stand. I picked this up at a church sale yesterday. Actually got a remote there too, which I already took in the house. I looked these up real quick. And there was actually one exactly like this that sold for 50 bucks, and there was another one I think sold for like 35 or 40, something like that. So, and I have the perfect box for it. It's a little bit awkward here, but I got the perfect box for it. And so I only paid $5 for it, so I'm gonna list that tonight. Something a little bit different. And so I think that's about it here. Like I said, I got a few things I've already taken in the house, and got those listed. And that's it. I think there'll be no sourcing tomorrow. Source the last couple days. Actually need to take some time and kind of catch up on these things. So just a quick kind of haul video. I think I had a pretty good day today. Probably the best day I've had in a few weeks. Basically because of the Dungeons and Dragons books, I think. So thanks for watching. Have a good night.